The Kennedy family seems to be an average American family, although they are known for being an important and well-known family in American history. But what many don't know is that they are said to be haunted by a curse.
A reporter for the Mutual Broadcasting System, Andy West, was in the hallway, the kitchen hallway in the Ambassador Hotel last night when Senator Kennedy was shot. He is
an American icon of politics is dead.
It's just devastating. I mean, he's so young. They were so promising. They never even had a chance to have children.
To get right to that tragedy that has struck the Kennedy family. The estranged wife of Robert Kennedy Jr., Mary Richardson, was found hanging in her garage yesterday. It looks like she killed herself.
Billion-dollar deficits were wrong under the Democrats, then $200 billion deficits are at least as wrong when the Republicans are in power.
And a tragic update out of Maryland. After days of searching the Chesapeake Bay, divers have recovered the body of Maeve Kennedy Townsend McKean.
From Dallas, Texas, the flash, apparently official, President Kennedy died at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time, 2 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, some 38 minutes ago.
The Kennedy curse refers to a series of premature deaths, accidents, and other calamities involving members of the American Kennedy family. The curse seems to primarily strike the children and descendants of the businessman Joseph P. Kennedy Sr. It's also said to have affected family, friends, associates, and other relatives of the Kennedy family. The first recorded instance of the Kennedy curse is the death of Joseph Patrick Kennedy Jr., the son of Joseph Patrick Kennedy Sr. He died during Operation Aphrodite, a World War II operation where planes filled with bombs would be remotely controlled to fly into German fortifications. The pilots and crew were supposed to eject before the plane was remotely piloted, but the plane Joseph Patrick Kennedy was in prematurely exploded, killing everyone on board. This was the beginning of it all. Next was Kathleen Kennedy. On May 13, 1948, she died in a plane crash in France. On August 9, 1963, Patrick B. Kennedy died of infant respiratory distress syndrome 2 days after his premature birth on August 7th in Otis Air Force Base. November 22, 1963, brought the most infamous Kennedy death. The US President John F. Kennedy was assassinated in Dallas, Texas by Lee Harvey Oswald. Oswald was shot dead by Jack Ruby 2 days later. In 1964, the Warren Commission concluded that Oswald was the lone assassin. However, in 1979, the US House Select Committee on Assassinations concluded that the assassination was the result of a conspiracy and that Oswald did not act alone. Since then, there have been many other Kennedy family deaths, such as the death of the US Senator Robert F. Kennedy, who died of a gunshot wound the day after his victory at the California Democratic presidential primary. There was also the death of John F. Kennedy Jr. in another plane crash. The death of Mary Richard Kennedy, the former wife of Robert F. Kennedy Jr., who hung herself in her own home. The most recent event was the death of Maeve Kennedy McKean and Gideon McKean, her 8-year-old son. They went missing during a canoe trip on Chesapeake Bay. Maeve's body was found on April 6th, while Gideon's body was found on April 8th, 2020. Is the Kennedy family really cursed? Or is this just a series of coincidences? We can never be for sure, but what we do know is that the Kennedy family suffers many, many tragedies.